in Boston going forward. We get a Game 7 between these two teams for a second consecutive year. Bam Adebayo, 11 points, but 4 for 16 from the field, 15 rebounds, also had 5 assists and 0 turnovers. A really good game for him despite the low shooting percentage. Here's Bam Adebayo at the podium.
Bam, what were the emotions in the locker room leaving the floor?
First to 4. We knew the series won't be easy. You know, people were shocked they were in a dogfight with the Boston Celtics. But first to 4.
Bam, how do you guys recover from that ending emotionally?
You go in Boston and you get you one.
Is it starting to feel like maybe that physically these playoffs are starting to take their toll? What are you guys pushing through just on that end?
I mean, I see no excuses for that. You know, when you want something as special as a championship, I feel like every guy in our locker room will go through a brick wall to get that. So I don't feel like fatigue or, you know, body fatigue or anything like that is going to stand in our way.
Bam, what were you trying to accomplish in those final 3 seconds? How did you see that play? And was there even a split second when you thought you'd won the game?
I mean, for us, trying to force the ball away from the basket. I mean, he missed a shot and guy ran in and got a layup.
And when you guys went down 10 late, what did you guys change to give yourselves a chance to make that run in the last few minutes?
Got to the free throw line, and we got stops. I feel like that's how we need to play 48 minutes of basketball.
Bam, what do you feel like Boston has done successfully defensively in the last couple games?
I feel like they've been more active. I mean, we have five turnovers. You know, I feel like they're active, and you know they got a couple tough buckets, and you know it's not really the defense. I feel like offensively they got open shots.
Yeah, Bam, you're clearly trying to be more aggressive on the offensive end. Just what do you think you got to do in Game 7 just to be a little bit more efficient with your scoring?
Make a fucking shot. For me, man, keep shooting the shots I'm shooting. You know, I got confidence in myself like no other. So, for me, man, feels like a lid is on the rim, but, you know, I got to figure out how I can make that basketball go in.
Thank you, Bam.
Black Lives Matter, people.
Is presented by your New England Ford dealers. Built for America. Built Ford proud.
Welcome into Postgame Live. Let's go! Truck Scout, Eddie House, Amina Smith here with you. And obviously, we were going crazy inside the studio. 104-103, a thriller Game 6 between Miami and the Boston Celtics. Scout, I felt like my head was spinning the entire game, but those last 3 seconds, goodness gracious.
The last 3 seconds, the Jimmy Butler, the ups and downs, the foul, the free throws, he's going to make them. And Eddie brought up a great point. Miami decided not to guard the inbound. That shot goes off. Derek White, as soon as he passed it, he crashed. He wasn't just standing around watching. Crashed, bucket, 0.1 on the clock when he let it go. Woo. Game 7 coming on Monday.
Oh,
man,
my gosh.
the Garden is going to be crazy.
It's going to be absolutely crazy on Monday. Eddie, just that moment, Derek White being ready under the basket. I mean, you're at the right place, right time. I mean, you can't even call it that because it's just like almost a miracle, really, in Game 6.
You know why I don't think it's the right place at the right time? Because look what he did. As soon as he passed it, he recognized that Strus wasn't guarding him, so he moved away. As soon as he passed it to Marcus Smart, he goes baseline, and he had a shot. If Marcus hit him, he had a shot, but he never stopped moving. Nobody put a body on him. He was able to get that shot off, and we live to fight another day. Got Game 7 coming on in the Garden on Monday, Memorial Day. Shout out to all the people that, that lost their lives and stuff like that. But we're going to have a party in the Garden come Monday.
Woo, it's going to be crazy on Monday for Game 7. Scal, just, the Miami Heat, they were able to hang around the entire matchup, and it was very back and forth in this game. Just break down how the Celtics went through this matchup with the Miami Heat and how Miami was able to hang around.
So, and listen, if all that doesn't happen, we're right here. We're devastated, and we're talking about the Celtics walking the ball up the court. We're talking about, Jimmy Butler and what he was able to do. So they got to clean that up. And it's a great example of Derek White making a play, but like the giving up that 10-0 run, that was very carbon copy of last year. I think they had a 13-point lead with 3:55 to go, and Jimmy Butler rising up to go ahead. So, give Derek White all the credit in the world, but the Celtics, they got to shore up their end-of-game situations, because I did not like the way that we limped to the finish line on that. This could be season over if it wasn't for a miracle play by Derek White.
And Jimmy Butler really didn't show up the entire game, but Eddie, when it mattered in that fourth quarter, he showed up for the Miami Heat, and that's why the Celtics were in the situation they were in.
Well, if you keep it close, everybody says that. That's playoff Jimmy. That's what playoff Jimmy is all about, personified, playoff Jimmy. Keep it close, and he'll come in and save the day and win the game for you. But and the one thing, and I totally agree with you, Scal, is that we limped into this win, right? I mean, we made a play at the end. Shout out to Derek White for being able to make that happen. But at the same time, we gave up 2 wide open threes to Duncan Robinson. We fouled Jimmy Butler on a 3-point shot. We fouled him again and sent him to the free throw line. Then, conversely, on the flip side of things, offensively, we walked the ball up the court. I felt like we got to the point where we were playing not to lose instead of just playing to win and doing all the things that you did to get that lead. And before you know it, you looked up, you're like, man, now we're down 1. But I guess great execution there at the end you got a great shot, number 1. And that's all you look to do is you want to get a shot at the end of the game. You got that. And then you had a chance for offensive rebound because you did get that shot. Think about the game against Philly where we weren't able to even get a look. So I guess the late game execution right there offensively, the last play was good, but I did not like the way that the last 3 minutes of that game defensively and offensively went.
Well, let's get some reaction down in Miami. Abby Chins with Rob Williams.
Coming in the final quarter, he also made 2 threes, only threes made by the Celtics in the fourth.
Vincent was on me, and he kind of was up top denying JT, so I couldn't get hit the ball. And I did a good job of denying JB too, and smart flash hit him, and there really was nobody on me. So I just spaced to the corner, and then when he shot it, just tried to crash. Ball came to me, I made a shot, so that's what I saw.
When you put it back?
It felt good. Everybody's asked me, did you get it off? And I was like, yeah, I think so. But, it was so close, you never know.
Derek, what was that string of emotions like for you and the team after that situation? You guys were up 10 with 4 minutes left there. It looked like it was slipping away. Like, for you individually and just to save the season on that front, what did that feel like?
We're just happy we won. However we got to get it done, we got it done. Now it's on to Game 7.
Sort of along those lines, you guys went 7 for 35 from 3 today. Obviously got a bunch of decent looks, couldn't make them. But over the course of the year, those tend to be the games you guys have left.
We stick together. Obviously, JB and JT were special, and smart. But we just stick together. Keep getting good looks, keep moving the ball, and defensively, I think we're really good too. So obviously, there's a lot we can improve on, and we're gonna need to be better for Game 7.
Derek, how are you guys doing this? Have won 3 straight. Only 4 teams have ever come back to force a Game 7. What's been the key to the turnaround?
One game at a time, sticking together. The same things we've been saying this whole time. We have a great locker room, and we just take it in one game at a time.
Looked like you got emotional out there on the court. What does this moment mean for you to save the season, an elimination game on the road, to have everything on the ropes, kind of a disaster right before that happened? What does it just mean to you, that moment?
I was just happy. Like you said, the season was on the line. We don't want to go home, and so I was just happy we got the win.
Joe just said that you guys chose to believe in each other when your backs were against the wall after Game 3. How crucial was it for you guys to get together, kind of reaffirm your bond as friends and teammates before even worrying about the basketball stuff?
I mean, if you've been around us the whole season, you know how close this locker room is. You see how we're always joking around. Everybody's getting along, and I mean, when times are tough, it's easy to kind of point the fingers, per se. But we just stuck together, cared for each other, and we got one more game to go.
Derek, when you saw Smart wasn't going to hit you, you darted for the rim. Is that? I mean, that seems like you're something you're taught in youth ball. Attack, go for the board. What was going through your mind when you just kind of made an L move? And then secondly, you're a guy who doesn't like a lot of publicity. You're a man of few words, but what's it like to kind of be on the podium, the walk-off interview, the center of attention? How do you deal with that over the next 48 hours and probably all the text messages you'll have when you look at your phone?
Yeah, I mean,